That's my boy. That's the type of that's the type of man I am. If you can wash yourself with a hand towel in a pinch. All right, here we go. Hypnosis tear maker. So we got S tier, not for shit, but for good. A, B, C, D, and F. The color scheme is very confusing. Oh, wow, we could do a live voting poll. That's kind of fun. I wonder how that works. Oh, I would have to log in. Damn, that would be fun. I don't think I have a tier maker account. Let me change screens here real quick. It would be cute to see what people thought. Girl, you were standing this whole time? Yes. Helps keep me awake. I love my standing desk. We love her. Live voting poll. Okay. Ooh, I think I can make y'all vote on this. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the chat if you want to vote along. We'll give you 1 hour. And we'll give it public. Best Hypnotropes. How fun. S tier is for like super, you know, like it's in a lot of like video games. It's pretty typical to use that as the best tier. Maybe not intuitive. Yeah, I think it's super. I think that's what it stands for. Super good, double plus good. So yeah, if you want to follow along and put in your own suggestions, we can do that. Now that link will be in the chat. Let me lower myself. Get a slightly different view of my house, as you can see. All right, let's go. So let me make this a little bigger so y'all can read it. There's a lot of these, so I'll go pretty fast, but I will explain things. So it's the F is well, I'll make this shit tier just because I think that's easier, and I'll make S God tier because that's easier for me to follow. Capiche? But for you it'll be whatever. So feel free to follow that link and drag whatever you like. We'll go in order. Pocket watch. Okay, so pocket watch induction. You've seen this in cartoons. They have a pocket watch. They swing it in front of your eyes. It's very stage hypnosis, but it's also like a lot of like cartoon hypnosis. That's like a lot of people's hypno-kink route. Obviously, I don't like stage hypnosis most of the time. I think it's corny boots, but I like in a pinch it'll work, and obviously it's a lot of roots, a root of hypnosis kink for a lot of people. So I'm gonna put it on, and obviously I have a hypno tattoo, so like obviously, you know, he has a pendulum, I'd say. So I'm gonna put pocket watched on C tier. It's like a good like mid tier hypno kink trope. Like she's been with us since the beginning, but she's boring. I kind of want to put on some like background music. Do you think that's too risky? Royalty free chill hop. Non-copyright music. Playlist. Wait, I could do Burrow Machine, and I know their music on SoundCloud is royalty free. Burrow Machine in SoundCloud. Wait, am I on screen share right now? Yes, I am. Royalty free. Pocket watch is hot on their own. Can be hot for. I don't know if they're still royalty free. I may just try this playlist. Okay, yeah, just, you know, just chill, generic, chill hop music. Let me know how that is volume-wise. Put on the Endless Forest. Endless Forest Deer Hypnosis. Next up is Pendulum. Pendulum I definitely like way more than Pocket Watch. It's just more generic. It's less corny to me. It's less like Redditor with a top hat. Apologies to all my Redditors with top hats. I will still fuck you, but it's just not as pendulums are more swaggy to me. Pendulums can be really pretty. They can be made out of like fun stones. And I do like an eye focus hypnotic induction. It'll get me done. I've, self-hypnotized with pendulums before. So I'm going to give that one a B. Pheromones. This one's tough for me. Pheromone hypnosis kind of grosses me out. I knew this guy off of Sleepy Chat, which was like a random, you would get like paired with random Hypno King people, who was like really into like hormones as like making you feral. And he would send me these fics that he wrote about like this experimental drug that like when you breathed it in, it turned you into like a horny ape, and you would like transform into an ape and start like rutting and fucking. And stinky. You'd get like really stinky. I don't like that. I don't care for that. I don't like yucky or stinky. And pheromones kind of gross me out. Because they're also yucky and stinky. So I'm going to say D tier. I won't never do it, but it's not my favorite. The butterfly induction. Now this is an eye focus hypnosis induction. It's very old. It's very classic. It's been used like by researchers and like actual like hypnotherapists and stuff. And I'll do a quick demo. Everybody practice subject agency, and if you're gonna trance, only do it if you can wake yourself up. You are in control of your own life and brain. You can do that. But a butterfly induction is just, you do a kind of butterfly motion with your hand, back and forth, fluttering, and you just have people focus on it. Focus on my hand, drop. That's it. It's fine. It's portable. It's easy. It's solid. It'll get me done. I think hands are sexy. You always have it on you. There's something about a magic hand. I love like a forehead touch. That's like the real shit. Oh yeah, my Pokemon. So I'm gonna give Butterfly the pendulum rank. I'm kind of torn between B and C for it because it's not the most exciting to me, but it gets the job done. I don't think there's anything corny or non-sexy about it. If somebody has great hands or they have like a good flow for it, I think it's cool. That's my personal ranking. Has anybody ranked anything yet? No. Oh wait, average vote. No, nobody's voted yet. Okay, fine. Hypnotic kiss. So this is if you just kiss someone and through the kiss they hypnotize you. Poison ivy is kind of, she's obviously also pheromones. But like plant pheromones is way sexier to me than like stinky musk type shit. I don't know. Like I do like a love potion kind of thing. Oh, okay, you have to fill yours out and then submit it. That makes sense, rather than doing one at a time. Thank you, Closet Demon. So I know I'm going through these kind of fast. So fill out at your leisure. Actually, I maybe should extend the time limit on it. I wonder if that's too late. No. I should have given it more time. But that's okay. Hypnotic kiss. For me, it's just kind of bleh. Like, I kind of like if it's like a bimbo-y, lovey, cutesy hypnotic kiss. I think Poison Ivy's hot, but I think it's just because Poison Ivy's hot. I'm gonna give it Pocket Watch. It's fine. It's neither here nor there. Hypnotic music. Love her. Love hypnotic music. Especially when you incorporate other elements, but like trance music, literally trancing to trance genre music. Love her. There's these great remixes of the Bambi Sleep Hypnosis files that are great, that like use like bimbo programming but also have like this really great beat. Music always enhances a hypnosis track or a hypnotic experience. syncing hypnotic music with like a vibrator that buzzes in time with the music is amazing. I love hypnotic music, so I'm gonna give that God tier. God tier. Obviously, it can be done well or poorly, but like when it's good, sploosh. Love hypnotic music. Penlight. Ooh. Penlight hypnosis. Oh my god. Let me see if I can find y'all a demo. There's a lot of... This is really common in Japanese hypnosis videos, like Kaori, Hypnosis, Penlight. They used to have all these great videos, and then some of them got taken down. This is just role play. You can get people, like, people look really hot when they're having a pen light, like one of these tiny lights here, put on their eye and, like, asked to follow it with their pupil. I find it so fucking hot. Oh my god, where is it? These are all role play things. I want to show somebody actually being hypnotized with it. Kaori Hypno. They've had their shit taken down so many times. This is, you're really seeing my shit. Like, oh, here we go, yes! I love this shit. I don't even, you know, like, I don't speak Japanese, I don't understand a thing of what's being said, but I will watch these till the end of the day. Like, I love, like, the eye cross, bringing it in, touching the forehead. It's a little bit like the Men in Black thing that flashes and you forget everything. Like, I love the style of how these are done. Like, it's just so, like, slow and intimate. And, like, just the eyes, like, look just so dreamy. So hot. Love it. I'm gonna add this to my hypno playlist. Because this shit is hot as fuck. There's about 1 million videos like this, like from Japanese porn studios. Usually they are like JAV and then some number. There's like a JAV, you know, 425, JAV 009, you know, JAV 075. There's hundreds of them. And they're usually like 3 hours long of just like compilations of like long sequences like this. And usually eventually then they like, it gets sexual, explicitly sexual or undressing. But often starts with a pen light. Okay, I think that's probably all we're gonna see of the pen light. So we can move on, even though I'd like to stay here forever. So pen light, to me, God tier. I just like it. I just think it's neat. And the videos that are associated with pen lights tend to be pretty good for me. When I put my pointing finger toward the middle of my eyes or my eyebrows, it gives me tingles. Well, yeah, it's hot. Yeah, it's it feels good. It's a sensitive area. Like, it's, your eyes cross a little bit. It's very focusing. It's good shit. Good shit. Love potion. This is not my favorite trope. I think the way it's done is usually like the person drinks the love potion and then they get like all like crazy obsessive in love rather than trancy. Like, it's just rarely hot to me unless it really makes them like weak and schmoopy and horny and like brainless and devoted in that kind of way. Like, if it makes you like a thrall, I like a love potion, but otherwise those are usually not that hot to me, so I'm gonna put it in C tier. Depends on the execution. Hypnotic tentacles, that's God tier, no question. One of my first hypnodoms was really into tentacles, and like I love Love hypnoporn where it's like there's a tentacle like that's using like electrical activity against your temples and it's like controlling your brain, or like a tentacle that goes inside you and like your whole and like wraps around your spine and takes over your spinal column and controls you. Go tentacles in the ears, controlling the brain. Tentacles down the throat and going up into the brain. Tentacles spurting out some kind of mind control liquid in you. It's hot. It's sexual. Early other Pokemon reference for me was Tentacool and Tentacruel controlling Meowth in the anime. Yeah. Oh, here we fucking go.
We are Tentacool and Tentacruel, here and now. Humans have destroyed our ocean home, and now we will have our revenge.
I hope this isn't gonna get me copyright struck.
It's too late, Horsey. No matter what you think, we cannot turn away. We must teach humans the pain of having homes destroyed.
Mind Flayers in Baldur's Gate. There's a Mind Flayer porn subreddit. Fuck yeah. God tier. We love hypnotic tentacles. Hacking. Ooh, is that A tier or God tier? The new Pokemon Z Mega also hypnotizes with its tentacles. Yes, they had a whole promo that unfortunately was like a little corny in how it was done, but like I'm into it. I'm into it. I would like to see more. Hacking. Oh god. No, I'm gonna put hacking on God tier too. This is gonna be hard because I just love Hypno so much, so everything's God tier. 3D Vinyl 3D on Twitter and Blueski makes these amazing Overwatch porns of Sombra using her hack function to mind control usually Diva. Oh my god, I can't show a second of it because it's too sexual. But 3D Vinyl GIFs, they do other good hypnoporn edits, but their Sombra hacking Diva Overwatch stuff is, I've worn out the tape on those. It's hacking in the sense of like using a computer to take over the person's brain. Technology, brain, mind control. Or if somebody was hooked up into a mech or something that was already technology oriented and taking over control of that, yeah, that would also be hacking. But we can also, a lot of times in hypno stuff, it's magical thinking. So it's like, imagine if you could use computer hacking to take over someone's brain. Love it. Countdown. I'm going to put in A tier. It's a classic and it works. Like, very consistent, very simple. It's a metaphor that the brain, at least for me, can latch onto very easily. You know, you get the person relaxed in some way, and then you just say, I'm going to count down from 10 to 1, and with each number, you're going to be thinking less, your breathing is going to slow, you're going to surrender more, whatever. And like, for me, even just a countdown by itself is vaguely hypnotic. If it's like a relaxing, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, drop. I love it. I love it. I live for it. Blend it with some music or some other induction method. Hot. Simple. She's a simple queen, but she delivers every time. Confusion induction. This is going to be a new one for a lot of you. So not every hypnotic induction is about relaxing the person. A lot of hypnosis is very much similar to meditation or relaxation, but not always. Some people are not well suited to that. If you have a really overactive brain, if you're an ADHDer or you're easily distracted, or you are someone who feels like you don't hypnotize easily, you may benefit instead from a confusion induction. And the point of a confusion induction, let's see if we also have an overload induction because it's very similar. I don't think so. You give someone a ton of information that's really hard to follow, or contradictory instructions, Or you have like this pattern where you're talking and you're starting to say something that makes sense and the person's supposed to follow you, but then things don't start making as much sense anymore, and they don't know what's up and what's down and whether they're up or they're down and da 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 da, and you go through this long confusing pattern. Or you give someone a confusing task. So example of that is the 7 plus or minus 2 confusion induction. Hello, Paradise Puppet. Glad to see other other people who know what I'm talking about here. Is this from Hypnosis on Display? I think it is. So the whole point is to just overload and confuse someone's brain, and so that then when you offer them dropping into trance as an escape, they'll take it. So you overwhelm them, or you give them a confusing task, like keeping a bunch of things in their memory, and then you drop them. We'll do this one because it's short. From Miss Praxis. Oh, we're oomfies. Miss Praxis and I are oomfies. We met at Beguiled, so we'll shout out to Miss Praxis.
Well, hello and welcome. It would be my pleasure to help you stop thinking right now. Not a difficult thing to do, I promise. Really, it's something anyone can do, even you. Even if you haven't thought you were able to,
damn,
well, it's easy enough to do once you get started into the rhythm and the rhyme of what makes this kind of thing work for you. You see, the simple concept that goes into making it, the ideas that build and break it, the ideas that make you so easily pulled into the ideas that I have to give you so, well, it's easy enough to do when you follow along with what I have to say, because it's a simple idea, a concept that I'm going to play out, one that you don't need to fully understand or comprehend in order to benefit from or enjoy and indulge in. It's easy enough to do. Just focus and follow what I have to say for you. Yes, that's right. That's all you had to do, really, I promise. It's not that hard for you. Just listen and follow what I have to say, and before you know it, you won't have anything left to do inside your mind except play my words on repeat until you unwind. Really, it's not hard to do. Just stop thinking. It's an easy request I can make of you. Please, don't make it difficult. Just give in. Yes, a simple request, sure, but not exactly one that needs to make sense, because I could ask you about the second pence, the coming of, and this and that, where we were and how it was. But you don't need to hold on to those complicated concepts of trying to make sense of my simple song. No, it could just be an easy mix of things, a mishmash, a hodgepodge, a porridge, as it were. Something that we poured down between your ears, like the sounds that I'm making here. You know, not something that has to have a lot of sense to it. No, of course not. We would make dollars if we were making sense. Or would it be a different kind of recompense? I wouldn't ask you to make sense of it. No, I wouldn't expect you to consider or, well, understand really anything at all. It's not like we're
so
playing.
You can see she's going for a pattern, kind of a confusing pattern in terms of phrase that make it harder to follow what she's saying.
Though I certainly could enjoy an entire 3-ring circus, but after all, that's not the kind of toy that I want.
The idea
right now.
being that
No,
it gets
not
your
at
brain to
all,
kind
not
of
at all,
drift,
not at
and
all,
you
not
can't
one
really
bit.
hold on and follow
Simply
consciously what she's saying
put,
anymore.
Sink. That's all you had to do. Just admit that you didn't want to think. And if you did, well, I'd be kind, I'd be merciful, I'd be so wonderfully sweet. I'd get all those thoughts out of that silly head and lay them bare, like pulling the sheets from a bed. That's what you want to do, right? It's too hard to think. You don't need to do it. You can just sink, fall apart.
This is what normal conversation is like for me.
Hold on anymore.
Rip, when you got that
I'm just a
auditory
clown
processing
that dances
disorder.
around, that sings silly
Everything's a
thoughts into your
confusion
head,
induction.
makes ideas that come to pass easily enough within my own head, and then shares them to you, words spilling forth from you and me. Who knows
Dissociation and
when
hypnosis,
your entire inner
they're
monologue
buddies.
is just a repeat of what I have to say. That's all you have
If
to
you're
do,
good at
really.
one,
Don't
you
think.
are
Just let
likely
me
good at
play
the
out.
other.
Let me
Maybe
cook,
even
as it
too
were.
good.
Let me spin those ideas. Let me break down those doors, kick in those concepts, and before you know it, I'll be standing there triumphantly, showing you what it can be like not to think, what it can be like just to sink and break down all your ideas.
This is giving my voice a good break.
You don't need them. They're too much work. Just let go. Let yourself be calm. Let yourself be in that calm place for me. Empty out all those complex ideas. You don't need them anymore. You can just sink, drink it in, and be oh so wonderfully empty. And
so that's one example. You kind of get the idea there that she's using different phrases in different ways to kind of lose any sense of sense, so that you can't follow her, and then you relax because you're basically kind of are dissociating because you can't follow things anymore. I have her business card right here, Praxis Industries. Praxis Memetics LLC. We change minds. It says on the card. Let me show you it on big. They had a really great display at Beguiled with a bunch of hypnotized dolls, and I was their fan. It was like kind of an office setup of their like little hypnotized doll like workers, and I was the office fan with my fan. Really cool person, Miss Praxis. I'll have to message her and tell her that I showed her stuff on a stream. The 7 plus or minus 2 confusion induction is more about giving a person a task. I don't want to play this whole video, but maybe I can find a second.
And in. And out. How you
This is the
look
intro.
to other
Okay, we'll do 5 things.
background noises that you hear right now. Possibly the hum of the computer fan.
So he's saying look for 5 things that you can hear right now.
In the next room, outside.
And then here he'll give you 6 things.
And that is the 7th thing that we are adding. The 7th thing that's going through your mind is how heavy your head feels right now.
So you're basically supposed to go through the
How heavy
list.
your head is.
So first he gives you identify 5 things in the room that you can hear. You know, I can hear my radiator, I can hear the birds outside or whatever. Remember all of those things. Keep cycling through them in your mind. Now I'm going to add a 6th thing and you need to remember it too. That's how heavy your head is. And then he'll add 7 things, 8 things, 9 things. And the basis and you're supposed to keep all of them in your working memory. And the idea here is that most people can hold about 7 plus or minus 2, on average 5 to 9 things. Some people can only hold 5, some people can hold 9 or more, but on average it's in that range of 7 plus or minus 2. And holding anything more in your brain past that is really difficult in your working memory, where you can like visualize and think and list all of it all at once. And so they're trying to overload you with too many things to remember, and it's getting more and more difficult, more and more stressful. You're cycling through all of those things. You're focusing on thinking about what he's telling you to think, and now you can't do all of it anymore, and you drop. They tell you to drop, and you drop. So that's a confusion induction. It's very good for a hyper analytical subject. I don't super love confusion inductions. They feel a little gimmicky to me personally. I like things that are more focus and relaxation based and emptying out your brain. I kind of find confusion inductions stressful because I try to be good at them. And I can tell what the person's doing and then I don't want to do it. So I understand it has a lot of utility for overly active brain subjects, but it just does not shit for me. It does not shit it. So I'm going to put it in D. It's just not my thing. It's not bad, but it's not my thing. Makes me feel relaxed and like not using brain power. I like the mispraxis better than the 7 minus 2. But the person has to be really charming to sell it, I find. Trilicon asked if I'm going to do the taboo dead dove one. I don't think I'm going to have time today, unfortunately. If anybody wants to tell her/them in the Discord, since they probably left, that would be, you don't have to, but that would be appreciated. This is taking more time than I thought, so I probably won't get to both of them. I'll probably do dead dove maybe next stream. I'd like to do it. Got all kinds of fun stuff in there. Good shit in there. But we're probably going to just get through hypnosis today, because I do have something to do in the evening. So, apologies for that, Trilicon. There was another question. Ulamui said, can you truly make a person do things unconsciously with hypno? Like, my parents wanted me to go to a hypnotherapist to detrans my gender. Like, why no one hypnotized Trump to get rid of him? The answer is it's complicated. We tend to like to say in the community that nobody can make you do something you don't want to do, but there have been documented cases of there's multiple legal cases of this divorce lawyer who hypnotized a lot of women who came to see him while they were getting divorced, and he hypnotized them and sexually assaulted them. There's also a very famous case of someone using the Bambi sleep files to abuse a bunch of women. erotic hypnosis can be safe, but and I know some of these people who were in this abusive relationship with this person who was um, you can have a lot of intense things can happen to you under hypnosis if you are suggestible, if you are motivated, if you are very focused, if there's drugs involved, if you're in love with the person, if it's in an existing dom sub relationship, if you really want to believe in it, if you're obsessive, if you have psychotic features or you're having a psychotic episode, um, you you can be very fundamentally affected by hypnosis. Um, Hypnosis can make you lose time. It can make you forget things. It can alter your sense of reality or yourself. It can affect your self concept. It can have pretty dramatic effects on you. I think it can be used to cross your boundaries. This article is an example of that. This person used a bunch of really potent hypnosis files called the Bambi sleep files, which I can truly attest. Like when I listen to them, I don't I've listened to the playlist and it's on YouTube of Bambi sleep and I don't remember the majority of it. I'm like it's gone within like 5-10 minutes, and it's like a multiple hour playlist. Uh, it hits, and there was someone who used the Bambi sleep files and drugging people and cult recruitment tactics to recruit predominantly a bunch of like non-binary people that then they were bimbofying and making more feminine. Um, they're called James in this article, and had a long campaign of like physical abuse, isolating people from their families, doing a bunch of things to them sexually and physically that they would not have consented to if they were not hypnotized, and that they barely or don't remember having happened to them, and fucking with their like gender and shit too, including when people found that disturbing to be bimbofied, and so even though like the meme in the community is all hypnosis is self hypnosis, it's not magic. Someone can't just put a spell on you without your consent. You have to mentally participate in the process. You have to focus on what they're telling you to focus on and think about what they are telling you to think about. And if you don't, it won't work. Free will is also more complicated than that. It can have really intense effects, and typically the people it has the strongest effects on are people who are motivated in some way to put a lot into it, but that doesn't mean it's fake. Like I have had very serious hypnotic effects too that have been scary. And like even the Bambi sleep ones would be scary if I didn't have like good like safeties in place where like I kind of know that if there's a suggestion in a file that is uncomfortable for me, I'm going to just disregard it or self wake. And that's because I've really practiced that and had that really like trained in me with hypnotists who were safe starting really early on. But if you don't have that kind of subject agency and don't know how to practice it, then you are also like really like doing what you're told, maybe because you're horny or you like love the person or you want it to be real so bad, you can get fucked up. God, you probably can't show off that hypno book, can you? I'm using it to hold up my monitor right now. Otherwise, I would. That anti-hypno book. Um, yeah, parasitized puppet says it can indeed have some really strong effects. After a really intense file, I took a couple months break from hypnosis because it was so intense. Yeah, yeah. I similarly had like a really long like robotification brainwashing campaign with a dom where it was like constant reinforcing throughout the day that I was like their robotic slave or whatever, and I was participating in it because I was horny and that was my fantasy, and I was, if anything, also egging him on to like, let's do it more, let's take it further. Like he was not abusing me, but we were both like frenzying on it, and it fucked me up for a while, and I had to take a break from hypnosis because I was doing too much, he was doing too much, and I wasn't getting out of trance often enough. So the answer is it's complicated, right? Like the question is, can anybody make you do something that you don't want to do? And the answer is yes. We both have more agency and are more malleable than we want to acknowledge, I think, if that makes sense. Next one is hypnotic app. This one is like a trope in a lot of porn. I just have an app on my phone that's going to hypnotize you. Just look at the spiral on the app. Oh, now you're my hypnotized slave. I like techie inductions. Let me turn my music back on. I like a techie focused hypnotic induction. I like that kind of stuff. But a lot of these are a little like that. It's in a lot of corny porns. The hypnotic app thing. Which is like, ooh, the spiral's gonna make my stepsister fuck me, you know. And it's not that exciting. Yeah, think of the existence of coercion in general. Right, yeah. You know, like does a dom literally have power over you? Yes and no. On one hand, you chose to give it to them. But on the other hand, once you've given it, is it hard to take it back? Have you started to believe the fiction? Has the fiction started to become real? Free will is a complicated thing. So hypnotic app, I'm going to put it mid-tier. God, I wish it were real. Like an app that could hypnotize you. Oh my god. Fuck me up. But some of them are corny. If it was like an app that would like spam my screen with like spirals and stuff, that would eat. That would slay. This croissant is so crumbly. Yeah, eating ASMR, sorry. Self-hypnosis. This is what it sounds like on the tin. You're meditating, you're walking yourself through. I'm relaxing my body progressively, different muscle groups, or like I'm emptying out my brain. I love self-hypnosis. I've used it to like help me fight nausea on the train. I've used it to practice programming that I already had, like mantras that like a dom had me repeating. All kinds of stuff. And it's so useful for reinforcing existing hypnosis. And as we already said, a lot of hypnosis is you are taking your own brain down that path, even if there's another person involved or an audio file. And I think everybody who's into hypnosis should practice self-hypnotizing, because you need to be able to get yourself in and out. Like, you have to know how it feels and what your signs are and how to deepen yourself and bring yourself up and how those things feel. And the only way you get good at it is through practice. So I'm going to put self-hypnosis right at countdown. There is no hypno kink without self-hypnosis, in my opinion. It's an essential skill. And it can be hot. It can be very, very hot. And some other big, like, hypno-kinky friends of the show do a lot of self-hypnosis throughout the day. Like our estimable mod, that Callisto. So it's just foundational. Like, you need countdowns, self-hypnosis. Where would we be without them? Nowhere. Crystals. I love a crystal. Staring into a crystal, getting your brain trapped into a crystal. That's something that I've seen done a lot. Like, imagine your brain is being sucked into the crystal and now it's trapped and now you can't think. You're fixated on the beauty of the crystal. Maybe you're following the crystal as a pendulum. Crystals are pretty. They already kind of feel magical because they look so pretty. She's great. She's a classic. I'm going to give her A tier. We love Crystal. Hypnotic screen. Similar to app-based hypnosis. You just have a spiral on your screen. It spins. It make you stupid or obedient or a jock or a foot freak or whatever you want to be hypnotized to be. And you sit your ass down and listen. It's great. This is a great time to plug my good friend and one of my first doms, and continue to be a great friend in my life, Brian's Brian Knowing Smile on Knowing-Smile on Tumblr's Spiral Me. That's s.piral.me. Spiral Me. Oh fuck, which one is my login? I've had like a million different kink handles, so I never fucking remember. Okay, so Spiral Me has like and you can register if you are into this shit. He has a gallery of all these different spirals that you can click through, and you can program audio files to play at the same time, and it can also be set up so that it works for like a Google Glass, like a 3D goggle kind of thing, or VR helmet. Flash warning here, if you have seizures, please do not be here for this. Oh, here's a demo that I created, but you can add subliminals telling you that you're going to submit, or you're a drone, or you're going to serve your mistress or your master, or just basic relaxation. We'll do basic relaxation, so it's just going to have subliminals saying things like stare, relax, calm, mindless, blank. And we're going to do full screen. And you click full view gallery images. And it has a randomizer too, where you can just get a spiral automatically on the screen. Let's just do like a classic here. Oh, this is to like build a gallery. My bad. Launch viewer. So now we have a spiral on the screen. If I click the, you can see the subliminals potentially coming up. They're pretty subtle. And they like say submit, relax, mindless, etc. And then you can click through to like cycle through different ones, or you should be able to. Sometimes I'm like the bug finder on this site. Let's do centered. Here's another one. I love these ones that are like a little bit more three-dimensional, where you're going through a tunnel. Like that can really get me going. And a hypnotic screen is just great because you can incorporate it into so many kinds of hypno play. Like you can be hypnotizing the person in real life and have spirals on the screen near them. You can have a spare monitor with a spiral on it while you're trying to like do some coding or something and just keep yourself pleasantly distracted. Parasitized Puppet says, I like hypnotic screen when it feels inescapable, like every screen around you is hypnotic. Yes. Oh, so good. So I love hypnotic screen. It's great. It can be really hot and good. I've done so many like long sessions watching spirals on a screen. Like I live for them. Like again, essential shit. So I'm gonna put that on the A tier. That's kind of like the rapidly becoming the like foundations of good hypno kink shit tier for me. And then God tier is just like stuff that makes me super horny specifically. Love hypnotic screen. Brainwashing, God tier. God tier. Now, what makes brainwashing separate from hypnosis? A brainwashing approach is all about overload and intensity and repetition. So a hypnosis file might be something like a lot like a guided meditation where a voice is telling you to relax and visualize yourself walking through some space, etc. It might have some other kind of structure. It might be more conversational, where the hypnotist is asking you what you're feeling, or asking you to share a memory or to experience a sensation. There's a lot of things that hypnosis can broadly be, and it can be of a more relaxing sort. Brainwashing is like, you are a drone, you're not a person, It's like very repetitive. Usually it's associated with flashing images, really repetitive music, really technological kind of oriented, glitchy musics and sounds, reinforcing mantras, overloading you. Again, I'm really into the tech stuff. I'm really into the drone stuff and robot stuff. So a lot of brainwashing stuff is very like, one of my favorites is just this really repetitive track, really brain scrambly, and it's like, you are a fuck doll, fuck dolls obey, you are nothing, you think nothing, you are programmed to be an obedient slave. Whenever you hear the word fuck doll, you'll instantly become an obedient slave. And it's like in this really artificial voice. There's moaning and glitchy sounds. It's associated usually paired with a really bright flashing gift that's like, you're a drone, and it's just like it's supposed to be like no space for other thoughts. We can even kind of contrast like a hypnotic spiral versus a more brainwashy spiral. So this is more of a hypnotic spiral. It's very relaxing and pretty and calming. And this one is a brainwashing spiral. It's flashing, it's overloading your senses. And I won't even keep on it too long because I know it's going to be too much for people. So I love brainwashing. It gets me. We love each other. So that's God tier. Sleep trigger. Classic. It's just, there's a countdown and I tell you to go to sleep. Or I'm bringing the pen light to your eyes and then I get really close to your eyes. You're relaxed. Your eyes are unfocused. And I tell you to sleep. It's obviously a metaphor for trance, sleep versus wake, but it hits. Being told to go to sleep hits. Love it. It's just like, and sleep, those words, like you're gone, you're out. It's great. I can't imagine not having it. Yeah, migraine machine, I'm sorry. That's true. Hypnotic visor. This is just another method of getting your spirals or your programming on someone. You just lock a visor or a VR headset. Do we have VR as well? Oh my god, there's so many of these left. And then you just fucking blast them with the hypnotic shit. I'm assuming this is the same as like VR. I love a visor because you can't see anything else. And it's like a blindfold at the same time. They can't see their surroundings and all they can see is spiral. Love it. This absolutely could be sex therapeutic for autists. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It makes you like, I love hypnosis for so many reasons, but like it helps you relax and like put off I'm not masked when I'm in a trance, like I don't have to perform. I don't have to think about whether I'm doing the right thing or worry about social expectations. I don't have to think about anything. And I can be more in tune with my body. I usually can be more honest if I'm asked something in a trance. I usually know what I feel more. Yeah, it's very therapeutic for autists. Stage hypnosis shit tier. Bark like a chicken, cluck like a chicken, do a little corny like striptease dance at a fucking like college party. No, it's just not sexy to me. I don't like stage hypnosis at all. It's whack. I just don't like it. It's just not personally for me. I just feel that it is like a cheap version of the thing that I like. The only thing that's hot about stage hypnosis is when somebody holds on to the trigger after the show's over and you can fuck with them. Like, I like that as a trope. That's hot. Cocknosis. Oh god. God tier. It's God tier to me. Cocknosis is just focus on somebody's cock back and forth. There's a porn that I love where this girl in an Elsa costume, for some reason, is being hypnotized with a guy's cock going back and forth. So there's a hypnotist and then there's a guy with a big dick and she's watching the dick and he's telling her like, you're starting over, you're going to forget your old life, you're going to forget all the old words that you used to know, just focus on the cock until you're in a trance. And then like they tell her that her name is like, I think whore, and that the guy with the dick name is teacher and the guy leading the hypnosis name is master, and like she doesn't have any other words and like slowly they're teaching her other words like punish or like suck and like fuck and stuff like that. But the point is there's a cock focus induction and I love it. I love a cocknosis. I love dick, so like it's two great things that go great together. Love it. If you combine it with a little bit of like sucking dick and like that also hypnotizes you, it's so fun. I love it. Titnosis. Oh. This is where I'm a failure at bisexuality. Because I don't care. I don't care about tits. I'm sorry. I don't know. Like May Valence just said, cocknosis is silly, but fun. To me, cocknosis is deadly serious because I've done it. I like it. It's cool. Tits I can just kind of take or leave. Like, there's a lot of titnosis stuff out there that's like, you know, rubbing your own tits makes you go into a trance, or watching these tits swinging back and forth makes you go into a trance. And I've consumed a lot of it, and it just doesn't. I just don't. I don't have any issue with tits. I like little small perky ones. Yeah, there's assnosis. I've done assnosis, especially in latex. Yeah. Sorry, I don't know. Like, tits swinging just does not hypnotize me. Maybe I need to try harder, because I'm not like dysphoric by tits or anything. I'm just like, okay, that's whatever. You just got this extra shit on you. Like, if you like it, I love it. You know what I mean? But like, tits are just some extra shit on you to me. I would do it. Especially if like somebody had some like sexy little nipple rings to focus on. But like a tit by itself is just, it's just whatever. Possession. Oh my god. Possession I love. I, for years, have wanted to have sex in a graveyard as part of like a sex magic ritual and get possessed by a ghost. Let me real quick see if I can find this amazing possession artist. Listen to the demons. They no longer are active. I think I can probably show this one because it's just animated tits. Oh, it's really fuzzy though. That might make it okay to show. Okay, I'll show this one because it's not too explicit. This is Listen to the Demons. They made all of this really cute possession-themed hypno art. With these ghosts, these little slimy ghost people are like pulling at this lady's underpants and like going into her brain and stuff. It's so cute. So cute. Let me see if I can find another one. And then she went on to become kind of more of a vanilla comic artist, which is great. But I lived for this shit so much. Oh, this one's okay. This one's safe for work, and it's gorgeous. So the ghost is kind of wrapping itself around her body, and then it goes into her brain, and she gets spiral eyes. And then she's blinking out of it, and now here she is going back into it. Ooh. So good. I love possession. I have one kind of casual hypno play partner who they're really into possession, and the plan next time we're together with me and them and their pet, they want to basically have their pet possess me. So like then their pet is in charge of my body and what I do, and like anything that happens to them, I feel, or vice versa. I love it, love it, love it. Hypnotic gas. Am I sharing? Yeah. This is what you imagine. You know, you're hooked up to like a, you know, a dental chair. There's some kind of drug that's overpowering you and making you weak and sick, and obedient and drifty. I love Intox. I'm gonna put it B tier. I think it's great. It's fun. I want to know more about what effect the gas is having before I'm totally like, yes, horny for it. But it's great. We love hypnotic gas. Turn off my screen share here. Like, there's some that are like bimbo gas. And like, it's like I like that fine, but I like it when it's more of like an Intox vibe than anything else. Jokerification hypno. Yeah, it can turn you into anything. Yeah. It's good. It's versatile. If it's not too like pheromone-y, I'm pretty into it. There's a lot of like bimbo stuff that's about inhaling this like pink gas that makes you stupid. Oh, Lamia Naga mythology. Yes. Okay. So the next one is instant loss. This one is just like kind of a rapid induction thing. Like the idea is like you can't resist it. You immediately lose. You know, it can be like just 4 taps on your forehead and you're out. Really rapid induction kind of stuff. I'm sure there's also rapid induction in here, like a handshake induction where they like shake your hand and pull you down. But you know, the idea is just they got you right away. I think it's fine. I think it's really nice when you have a trigger that works instantly because of like lots of hardcore programming. But I like the seduction a little bit. I like the process. So I'm gonna kind of give it a solid mid tier. It's fine. It's good. It's especially good when it's a sign of how much progress you've made in hypnotizing someone. Resistance. I don't care about resistance. Like, I mean, there's some resistance games that are kind of fun because then you drop so much harder once you stop resisting. But like, I'm a good thing. I usually like to do it and not resist. Like, I like themes of you can't resist, you can't help but give in. But whenever somebody challenges me to resist, I'm like, but I don't wanna. I wanna be hypnotized. That's why I'm here. So I'm gonna give it. Is it mid tier? I'm gonna give it mid tier because I think resistance in like a hypnosis fic is hot. Watching someone resist and be conquered is good. At Beguiled, I did this like hypnosis head patting competition where you just sit down against someone and all you're allowed to do is just like rub their hair or their like their head, like pet their head or play with their hair and look them in the eye, and it's a 1v1, you know, PvP, and the first person to drop loses. And like that was fun. Resisting was fun. Like I wanted to win in those cases, and it was fun when it was like, whoa, this is tough. So I'm not anti-resistance, but it's not the sexiest thing to me. I like to give in. It's when they stop resisting that it's sexy. Covert hypnosis. This is, you know, sneaking the hypnosis in. The person doesn't know they're being hypnotized, or maybe they've consented to it in advance, and now you're going to surprise them with it, like they've consented to be surprised, or it's like CNC. Consensual non-consent. That kind of thing. Or in a fiction, it could just be NC, right? Non-consensual. It's cool. It's hot. I love the idea of it just taking over without somebody knowing. I really love a conversational induction where like you're just listening to someone and they're just really charming and you're like wrapped up in what they're doing and you don't even know that you're hypnotized. I think that's very hot. So I'm gonna give that a solid B tier. It's great. Ka. Foundational. One of the important hypno kink roots for a great many people, like my age and older. Ka from the Jungle Book. Hypno eyes. Spiral eyes. It's not my favorite. It's not the hottest thing in the world to me, but she's grandma, you know? We love grandma. Like she's essential to the community and a big influence. So I have not. When I watched The Jungle Book as a kid, I thought it was hot when he's like seducing Mowgli. So it's fun. But it's not my biggest favorite. Like the spiral eyes for Ka are like these yellow and blue cartoony spiral eyes that I personally don't find the sexiest. And like a lot of the Ka hypno art is just he like goes around you and crushes you. And like I like the Ka porn where he's like fucking you with his like snake tail, or like he eats you or like kills you or something like that. It doesn't quite go far enough for me usually. So I'm gonna give it D tier. This feels unfair though. I'm gonna give it C tier. Mid tier. Again, she's grandma. We love her. We'd be nowhere without her. But she's not the hottest. It kind of depends on how it's done. Now, a lamia or a naga. Serpent creatures. Those are hot. And there's a lot of good art of those. Eating people, crushing people. I love Lamia hypnosis art where they have 2 subs hypnotized, and those 2 subs are like riding on the snake tail and like making out with each other, or like both getting fucked by tentacles and just drooling everywhere. I'm gonna give that a solid B tier. Zombie walk. Exactly what it sounds like, making the person put their arms in front of them and walk like this. Nah. It doesn't do that much for me. It's fine. It's not that sexy to me by itself. So I'm going to give it D tier. Freeze. This is just a hypnotic command. You just tell the person to freeze in place. It works. It works. I've been frozen in place plenty of times. Either like had a body part frozen and stuck to something. That's more like stick on, I guess, kind of. But like, or frozen in place, or I've been frozen with that partner I was just talking about. I was on a video call with them a few weeks ago where I was a frozen statue while they were like blowing their pet, and me as a frozen statue was projected on a screen in their house through the Discord call, and they were just watching me and like getting off to my body while they were like fucking or whatever. And I liked being a little sexy statue in an object. It's fun. Freezing purely by itself isn't my favorite, but what you do with it can be fun. So I'm gonna give it a B tier. I'm never mad or disappointed if somebody's having me freeze. I did a lot of being frozen in place as a drone at Beguiled, and it's good. It's fun. I like being frozen and then being told, like, you know, you're going to orgasm or you're going to feel this sensation, but you're not going to feel it until you're unfrozen. Like, your body is just absorbing it, and it's like building and building, and then it lets go. I like, you know, your mind is frozen while you're frozen, and you're like, like a statue or an object. It's great. Act like a chicken shit tier. I already said. It's stage hypnosis. It's not like a cute, fun kind of pet play to me. I don't fuck with it. It's just not hot to me. I'll be a dog or a kitty cat or whatever all day. I don't want to, like, being a chicken stoop. It's just not hot to me. Lobotomy. God tier. I like hypnosis tropes that are close to, like, brain death and ego death as much as possible. And so the idea that, like, your brain has been excised, you are never going to function again the same way that you did, like this fucked up, like, ableist medical aspect where it's like you're being destroyed against your will. Love her. It's fucked up. It's dark. I love, like, permanent changes stuff, and that's part of why I've sometimes, in pursuit of that, gotten myself into some dicey situations. It's great. I love lobotomy. Similarly, Starro. So this is a villain, a DC villain, an alien that, a mind control alien that pierces through the front of your brain, killing you instantly and takes over your body. If you've seen Suicide Squad, then you know Starro. The good Suicide Squad. And so it takes over your whole body and brain and makes you into part of its, like, hive mind. And what I love about Starro is that it kills the person. Like, it destroys their brain. It has these teeth on the underside of the star, and when it attaches to you, it kills you and takes over your body. So again, very, like, death, zombie stuff. And there is some really good Starro porn out there. Let me see if I can find something that I can show. Starro mind control porn. Just normal things to Google search. Oh, okay. Here's one that's not nudity or whatever. On AI cum sluts, rule34.com. Starro lives, Starro lives, Starro needs new slave girls, we will all be Starro. And it's just like taking them over and attaching to their bodies. I love it because it's dark and fucked up. We love Starro. So, Starro, God tier. Goddamn. Okay, I gotta start moving through these more quickly because there's so many. Fractionation. Fractionation is the hypnotic process of bringing somebody up and down a lot. It makes it confusing for you whether you are up or down, awake or asleep, and it gets you kind of just all kind of dizzy and confused and suggestible. If you use fractionation right, you can get the person down deeper into trance with each drop, and really fuck with their sense of reality. And it can be simple as having a trigger, like up, down, whatever. It can be, you know, with music, and when like a certain tone plays their up and when a different tone plays their down. You can have a spiral on and they're hypnotized when the spiral's on and awake when it's off. It's all about just bringing a person up and down rapidly, like a yo-yo. It's awesome. Fractionation is super hot to watch. It really fucks a person up. I love seeing like somebody's eyes go like up and like back and like up and back as they're being fractionated. Fractionation, my beloved. Yes. Parasitized, you get it. Corruption. Corruption kink is usually having to do with like a demon or you being made worse in some way. So it can be like you're becoming more slutty and evil. You're being made to violate your values. You're being possessed by a demon or seduced. Maybe you're fucked by a some kind of like seducer demon type, and giving up your soul, or you sold your soul to the devil and now you're like the devil's sex slave or something like that. It's all about getting worse and not being able to resist. I like corruption. It's not my number one. I think because there's like the morality piece in it is like not something I fully buy into. Like I don't really. A lot of times when people do corruption stuff, it's like, oh, you're getting so horny because you're so evil, and it's like I don't believe that. I don't buy into that. But I like it. I like the demon possession aspect. I like the like succubus or incubus aspect of it. So I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna give it a solid B tier. I like it. I'm never mad when it comes up. It's just not my number one baby girl. Voodoo doll. What it sounds like, some object is made into a symbol of you and you feel what is done to that voodoo doll happening to you. It's fine. It's fine. It depends on how you use it. I'm going to put it on mid tier. I'd almost always rather be manipulated like through another person, like feeling what another person is feeling, like losing my sense of self and grafting it onto the other person. But it's fun. It's objectifying. You can do some fun stuff with it. Making somebody feel something from halfway across the room or halfway across the planet. Findom. I'm sorry, it's shit tier. I don't like financial domination. I don't like being asked to give people money unless I'm just paying for their services as a sex worker or buying their content as a sex worker, which is a good thing to do. But personally, I don't find having to give money away to be terribly erotic because I've already, that's just called having a boyfriend sometimes. It's just not hot to me. It's just money complicates relationships, and playing with that in a kinky way is not my thing at all in either direction. Just not for me. God bless all the sex workers out there making a bundle doing Findom. Not me though. Parasite God tier. The Yerks. This is one of my number one hypno kink roots are the Yerks, these brain control parasite worms that crawl into people's ears and transform them into something called a controller, which is just a living being that's being controlled by a Yerk. One of my first serious hypnodoms was really into alien parasites and had like these little silicone alien parasite things that you could like insert into, your vagina or ass or whatever, as long as you had like a rope or a base to pull it out. Hot as fuck. Like them taking over and possessing your body, controlling your neurons. Crawling in your ear. Fuck yeah. Love it. Accidental hypnosis is what it sounds like. Just somebody like sees something repetitive or spirally, and it just, or maybe they're just witnessing another person get hypnotized and they accidentally get hypnotized. I think that's pretty hot. It's the one element of stage hypnosis I sometimes do find hot, is if someone in the audience is just, they weren't even selected to participate in the event and they just knock out. I think if it happens to someone in real life and they really don't know like what the fuck's going on, I think that's really hot. I'm gonna give it a B tier. I don't know, I just like it. It just makes it feel more real, right? If it's accidental, then it's not a game you're role playing, which makes it feel more real. So I think that's hot. Finger snap. I'm not good at finger snaps, but classic. You often have it paired with a countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sleep, often paired with a sleep trigger or fractionation, up, down, snapping, just as a way, I'm not good at it, but just as a way to trigger, or reinforce something. Sometimes people use snaps as like you're deeper, 10 times deeper, 3 times deeper, whatever. I'm gonna put her, is she in the classic queen section? She is kind of a classic queen. Yeah, I'll put her in the classic queen. Finger snap, we love her, we need her. I kind of want to bring her down a little bit because I don't love her as much as Countdown and Crystal and Sleep. But they all go together. They love each other, so I don't want to separate these girls. It's probably because I'm just not a good finger snapper with my little hypermobile ass. But where would we be without her? We'd be nowhere without finger snap. Dronification, God tier. You already fucking know. Dronification is a form of robotification. It is about becoming a featureless, anonymous, maybe an automaton, so you can be programmed to execute tasks, and then you will execute those tasks without being monitored. You are replaceable. You are indistinguishable from any of the other drones. You lose your identity. It's usually associated with a very slick, latex black look with a helmet. The most famous group is HexCorp, which is a dronification collective that's very trans femme led, though other people can be in it too. That they have really iconic black reflective helmets with cat ears on them and latex outfits. And HexCorp, you can like join. Here's some examples of like some rules for drones. A drone never speaks in the first person. This unit, da-da-da-da-da. A drone will use its pronouns. A drone is referred to by its ID directly. It is spoken to as an object, as this is simply how it exists. A drone will make sure all its sentences are properly capitalized with correct spelling and grammar. A drone will always be clear in its communications. A drone will always refer to its owner or the hive mistress by their title. A drone will speak emotionlessly, indifferently, and robotically. I'm a little out of practice on my drone voice, but I used to make a lot of dronification files on SoundCloud. So I love drone. It's like robot but sexier. I've had some drone play scenes. I love being in a room with a ton of drones. I love drones like all just lined up, all in their black outfits, where you forget where you end and the other one begins, and you're like all watching a spiral together, or being a big writhing pile, getting each other off. I love doing tasks as a drone. I love just standing guard as a drone, being on patrol as a drone. I love drone. I love the aesthetic. I love being it. It's so hot. It's one of my number one things. Forever. Is having trouble snapping fingers a hypermobility thing? Yeah, probably. I mean, it's joints, baby. So I think being bad at snapping fingers is probably an hypermobile thing. Darth Zarek says, Hypnokink makes me feel comparatively vanilla. Nobody's vanilla here. If you're here for these conversations, you ain't vanilla. Sex is whatever you want it to be, and that, you're not boring or lesser if you're not into this stuff. Just different. Yeah, drone. I love drone. And I'm going to get to do some cool drone stuff at Charmed Hypnosis Con next month. Yay! I'm going to be a drone for a whole day, sleeping in someone's closet, except for when they summon me. Basically, it's for like a Shabbat service, like in a hotel room, and like anytime somebody needs something, I'm going to be summoned, and I like can go to their room to pick something up or fetch people water and stuff. And otherwise, I'll just be drone mode in the closet. I'm so excited. Hypnotized to undress. It's boring. Well, I'll put it middle. Everybody does this. It's like the number one thing people do. You get in like a hypno porn. You drop someone, you make them show you their titties or whatever. This is the asexual in me. But like, oh, it's a pussy. Who cares? Like, it's like whatever. Like, nudity is fine. I like the vulnerability of nudity, and that it's like now you're free to be used, and you're less human. You have less individuality. You're more animal. You're more available. I'm actually, as I'm saying this, convincing myself to move it up one. Maybe. But, like, undressing by itself. Like, ooh, I'm looking at your dick because I asked you to take your panties off. It's like, oh, whatever. Whatever. They already wanted to do that, you know? It's just whatever. It doesn't just, you know, just looking at somebody's body doesn't do anything for me. But the undressing, the laying themselves bare is nice. I just as much want to be undressed as to undress. It's just whatever. That's just me. Hypnotized to masturbate, same thing. Like, they probably wanted to do it anyway. Like, I am more into hypno that's about being a useful object for other people. So, like, ooh, you're hypnotized. Ooh, I want you to make yourself feel good. It's like, I could have just done that at home. If I wanted to masturbate, I'd be masturbating at home. You know? That's my feeling. Hypnotized to have sex, on the other hand. God tier. God tier. Hypnotize me to be your fuck sleeve, and I'm in it. That's what I'm here for. Being in a hypnotic trance and being fucked, being hypnotized to top, being hypnotized to just lay there, like whatever. Being hypnotized to suck dick, to eat someone out, to whatever sex is for that person. Especially if it's giving gratification to the other person. I love hypnotized to have sex. Get into it. Drinking off, whack. Getting fucked, love. Bimbofication. Many of you are probably familiar by now with what that is, but bimbofication is generally a form of brainwashing designed to make someone more feminine, more airheaded or stupid. Could be more physically weak sometimes. That's a big part of Bambi's sleep. Bimbofication could be about dressing in pink or getting blonde highlights or dressing sluttier or no longer having practical life concerns. Those are all really common things in bimbo. I used to find bimbo kind of dysphoria triggering, but now that because I used to kind of like, I was a curvy blonde girl and I didn't want to be. So like being told you're going to become more of a curvy blonde girl was not my mission. Not my ministry. But over time, now that I'm not that, and I'm kind of embracing my feminine side in my own way, I like bimbo just fine. I take what I can. I take what I like from it, and I leave what I don't. You know, like I don't care about the pink. I don't care about the blonde. But if it's like you are like a dumb, slutty, horny, brainless thing who exists to like serve and get fucked, obviously love that. Let me show you Bambi Sleep, the iconic bimbofication files. I'm going to play just the smallest sample of these because these files pack a punch. The Bambi Sleep files are a playlist of hypnosis files that are designed to create a bimbo altar inside of you that like takes over, and she has less muscle tone. She loves sucking dick. She's a mindless cock zombie. She's pink. She has cotton candy for brains, and her name is Bambi, and she takes over your life. And they're really intense files. I've listened to them a ton. I still don't remember almost any of them, even though I've listened to them a ton. They are like shockingly effective hypnosis files. They are like some of the best engineered brain scrambly hypnosis files I've ever heard, and there's a lot of like mystery and intrigue wrapped up around them. You really have to play safe with them because some people do say they get addicted. And how much of that is somebody jerking off while they're saying they got so addicted? It's some of it. But as I already spoke about, these files have been used and implicated in abuse. So you really, this is varsity level stuff. I know a lot of experienced hypno players who won't even use it because they're afraid that it's gonna drive them crazy. So let's take a very small test of just what it sounds like to start. So it starts out completely quiet. Now you might hear kind of like a almost like UFO woo 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 sound. And it goes on like that for a really long time. Enough that like you really get a really strong association with it if you listen to it a lot. And this bubble induction is basically they put you in a bubble.
Bimbo doll.
Bimbo
All
doll.
right. Just make yourself comfortable and listen to my voice now. Just separate your hands and let them lie loosely in your lap or by your side, if that's more comfortable. It's better if your legs are uncrossed, but it doesn't matter if you feel you need to move just slightly, now and again. You don't have to be absolutely still. Just be comfortable and relax the whole body as much as you can. Now I want you to take a deep breath and hold it for a moment before breathing out slowly, just allowing your whole body to relax as you do so. And I want you to just keep listening quietly to the sound of my voice. You'll be aware of those other sounds too. Sounds inside the building. Sounds from outside. Maybe passing traffic. But these won't disturb you. In fact, they'll help to relax you. Because just for now, the world outside is absolutely unimportant to you. The only sound you are interested in is the sound of my voice in your head. And while you are listening to the sound of my voice, I want you to concentrate for a moment on your breathing.
So it starts out with a pretty generic induction of like relaxation, and then it puts you in this pink bubble, and then all of your thoughts go into the bubble and get popped, and that happens a bunch of times. And then a bunch of shit happens. Usually I'm like gone before this 17-minute file is in the playlist is done. If I'm like laying down, listening to it, locked in. There's a crazy amount of stuff in here. Part of what makes Bambi sleep so dangerous is that you amnesia out usually. It's just really well engineered if you got the headphones on and you're locked into it. Birdie Bit says, never got the ASMR feeling on purpose before. Yeah, this one really gets the tingles going, especially if you lock in. And it really says things like you're destroying your old self. Bambi is more powerful than you. She takes over. If you wear your Bambi uniform, whether that's a collar or a bow or whatever you associate with Bambi, she's in control. Like that you will keep listening to the files over and over. Like there's really intense suggestions in there, and there's no wake up afterward that like removes that programming. And so it's not very safe if you don't already have like safeties in place, where you can kind of disregard things that are bad for you. So it's dark. Like sometimes I'll kind of come up and like get little snippets of things like Bambi attitude lock or Bambi takeover. And like I'll just hear like one line and it'll be some insane shit about like just how you're like a mindless cock zombie forever, and you're like, whoa, this is fucked up, which is horny. So because Bambi Sleep is so good, and because Bimbo is something that over time I've come to really see the value in, I'm gonna put it in a solid B tier. Some Bimbo is amazing. Some of it's not for me because it's just too feminized California white girl, which is not my thing. Dollification is all about becoming an object. A doll. You exist to be played with, to please other people. You are made to be dressed up and displayed. You can maybe be destroyed, or thrown away. You're not a person. You don't have control over your movement. You could be either robotic or a static object. You're probably empty-headed. You're probably weak. You're probably cute. Uh, and uh, and you can be both beloved and, a dog's chew toy, right? You can do whatever you want with dollification. You could be an action figure and be into dollification. It's a really flexible form of objectification. You can combine it with age play, right? You can have a person who's a child and you could be their dolly. Or you can combine it with pet play. You can have a person who's a dog and you're their chew toy. You can be part of a collection of identical dolls. You can be frozen in place or posed. You can be kept on display in a case. You can be thrown away. You can be loved and then discarded like Jessie in Toy Story 2. It's hot. I'm going to give it a solid A. It's not my number one thing, but it ticks a lot of boxes for me of objectification and diminishment, not being a person. And it's sweet. And a lot of dolls are hot. Like, I'm for the dolls. A lot of the people who are into dollification are like trans women and like trans people, especially. It's a very trans woman centered hypno kink. And there's a lot of like, I've seen a lot of hot dollification play, and like I know like a dominant doll who like you can be puppeted. I like that. I want to get with the dolls. I fuck with the dollification dolls like so hard. It's hot. I love it. Dolls at me. I love you. It's great. Hypnotic dance. This is using physicality to either make yourself induce a hypnotic state or induce it on someone, or you're hypnotizing someone and then you're making them dance to entertain you. I've had some fun experiences with it. I've had some fun like hypno involved like lap dances that I've received that were very transfixing and really fun. So I'm gonna give it a solid B tier. It's fun. It's not my primary thing, but I think there's a lot of potential for physicality in it, and it's cool. Closet Demon says, learning things about myself. Yes, please. Yes, if you're watching this and you're like, wait a second, I might be into this thing, or if you have questions, hit me with it, because I love to evangelize for this stuff. Act like a robot. Moving stiffly, precisely, artificially, speaking robotically. And there's many different types of robots, right? So you can go with a kind of smooth android, or you can go with a more chunky, classic, retro future robot. I like the more modern, fluid kind of robot, more android than strictly robot, but I do really like robotification. It's one of my things. It's an unmasking thing. Like, autistic people get accused of being robots. Okay, fuck it, I'm a robot, Like, I don't need to emote anymore. And I took robotification really far, almost too far. So now I am more in the drone kind of space. I like that more than strictly robot, but like robot is so good. So I'm gonna give it a solid. I think these days it's B tier for me. Really good. Always happy to do it. Great. Catalepsy. That is just going slack. Falling over, falling flat. A tier. It's a sign of pretty deep hypnosis. It feels good. It's it's fucked up. It's very like somnophilia-esque or drugging-esque. Like the person's knocked out and you're moving them around. It feels very real. Like if somebody is in a state of catalepsy, you're like, oh yeah, they are not just humoring me and playing along. They are down, and now I can do whatever I want with their body, which is hot. So that's an A tier for me. Altered common sense. I like this. I like the brainwashing, gaslighting aspect of it, where you can get someone thinking in a completely different way, where they think that what they're saying is intuitive, and it's not anymore. It's great. It's like very good like cult recruitment shit, which I also like. So A tier. Closet Demon says, was cooking. So I didn't talk, but when you were talking about brainwashing, I remembered my childhood Winter Soldier obsession. The irony of anti-Soviet propaganda is I want Soviets to brainwash me now. Yay, brainwash me into reading theory, please. Yes. Yes, yes. Brain drain IQ drop. It's... What is IQ? You know what I mean? I like getting stupid, especially in like puppy play. But like sometimes when it's too IQ focused, it's a little... it brings me out of it because I'm like, what is IQ's racist? You know, like what does it mean to have a lower IQ? What does having a lower IQ feel like? You know? But like getting stupid, I do like. Hi DJ on Dion. Yeah, you can watch the full VOD later. We're just wrapping up slowly this Hypno Kink tier list. I'm going to give Brain Drain IQ drop like, oh, fuck, it's tough. I'm going to give it a solid B tier, just above mid tier, because I do like get crazy, get stupid with it. I don't like the IQ implications. But if it's like you can't think, you don't remember how to do things, things are harder, you can't think at thinking, you know, that's fun. Brain injection. Oh, fuck me up. Fuck me up. This can be like there's putting a chip in your brain with an injection or a chemical. Maybe the chemical is going to rot away your brain or liquefy it with acid. Maybe it's going to just course through your brain and take it over. Love her. I love the medical stuff. I love how invasive and violent it is and like potentially permanent. Yeah. Hypnotic magic. In like a fiction, it's good. But to me, I like things that feel more grounded in reality. I want hypnosis to be real. For some reason, the tech stuff is easier for me to suspend my disbelief and feel like it could be real. Like an app that controls your brain or getting hacked for some reason feels to me like it could be real someday. But magic doesn't feel as real to me. Even though I've done like spells and shit before. Like it feels more like fantasy. So I think there's room for it to be fun, but hypnotic magic is not as sexy to me per se. Yeah, I need more non-IQ centric hypno that makes me think less. Yeah, I'm with you, parasitized puppet. I like, you're a puppy. You're confused. You're high. You're intoxicated. You can't think. You don't want to think. You don't know. You can forget things. Amnesia play. IQ drop is fucked up to me. I almost said IQ drop is stupid, but that's not helpful. It's just, yeah, it just brings me out of it because now I'm thinking about IQ testing and shit. Puppet play. Oh, love her. We love her. I'm gonna put her up here. I'm gonna put her right next to dollification because they're besties. Being controlled, dangled, loose. Add a little cataplexy in there. Eyes rolling. Obviously, you don't have to be a puppet on a literal string. You could have somebody put their hand in you and puppet you like a Muppet. Like that one during Electra song. Fuck it, shove your hand up at me like a Muppet or a puppet. Being controlled with programming. Drones and puppets and dolls are all kind of in the same wheelhouse, and I love them. Cat has questions, says, for the first time I don't know what to even ask. I'm still shocked by being surrounded with this much honesty. Oh, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you. We are just trying to be fully ourselves here and put ourselves out there. Like I have nothing to lose from talking about this stuff. I am on the erotic hypnosis Wikipedia as a notable person who's into erotic hypnosis. I've written about it. I have it tattooed in a visible place on my body. I have had a successful enough career where I can be a freak in public and I'll be okay. And it's been life-saving for me. And I really want to normalize kink and sex and taboo shit. And I love talking about this shit. So You know, I try to model the honesty I want to see in the world. Puppet play is the yummiest shit ever. I love being called a puppet. Ugh. It's fucking hot. Hypnotized to be a cheerleader. No, I'm gonna put that on shit tier, actually. It's like the worst aspects of bimbo. Like, ew. I like being blank and obedient. I don't like being like, rah, rah. I don't know. Hypnotized to be a maid. I like it. B tier. Service drone. If you're a maid drone, even better. I'll wear the stupid outfit. It doesn't do anything for me, but I'll wear it. I like doing service. I like cleaning. I like organizing things for people. I like being sent on a task. I'll just do that. Like, we don't even need to have sex. Just tell me to clean your fucking house, but make it horny enough and objectifying enough, and I'm in it, baby. So, hypnotized to be a maid, love it. Servant, great. Take or lose the uniform, but, you know, a little objectifying, sexy, degrading uniform, fine. Just maybe add a drone helmet, and I'll be really happy. Realizing how many of our alters could fall under these ification states. Already have these states built in to our brain. No hypno needed. There's a lot of similarities, I think, between switching alters, fronting, and entering different hypnotized personas. I have like a whole room, like, so I have this like staircase I can go down, and there's a room with a bunch of like hypnotic alters. There's like a corruption demon self. There's a like controlled by an alien parasite self, and they have like names and traits, and they have their own triggers and stuff. And that was all hypnotically created with a dom, but it's similar to being a system. It's just artificially created. And same thing with when I was really hardcore doing robotification and dronification stuff. I had like a drone self that would activate and was a separate person from me and could pretend to be me if needed. So I would sometimes be my robot self, like at work or like just like doing like rote work tasks or something like that, running errands or whatever. But I could simulate a actual Devin conversation while being that robot self. And I did that, and since I could do it, I would just be in robot mode for like a week straight, and then I went a little crazy from that, and I had to stop because it was too much. It was not healthy. Hypnotized to be a ballerina. This is not something I have experience with, but I see how it's kind of dollified. Putting on a performance. I think I like that you're like kind of I know ballerinas are actually very incredibly strong and athletic. I know that. But the tropes are like feminine, beautiful, lapidary display. Like if you were like a little ballerina inside a music box. Oh, I would love to be a little ballerina in a music box. Robot, doll, puppet, all those things at once. So I'm gonna say, you know, it's pretty cute. It's cute. I'm gonna give it a C tier, because there are aspects of it I'd find challenging. But if it was like little doll in a music box, fuck me up with that. But if you need me to do some like Black Swan shit, that might be more tricky. Pet play, God tier. You already know. Make me a big, dumb, stupid, drooling puppy, please. And there's so much good puppy play brainwashing stuff out there on like Twitter and Blue Sky that I can't show, where they have people hooked up into a cage. It's very gay male coded. There's a lot of really good pet play brainwashing that is by gay men, where they have you in a cage. Maybe they have some rods holding your neck in place so you can't move your head. Maybe you have a hypnosis visor on. You have like a milking machine just like jerking your dick off. Audio file that's like, puppies must bark. You're a good boy. Good boys obey. You know, really repetitive brainwashing track. And they just make them come over and over to that. And they're like in their puppy outfit with their mask and stuff. Or like lots of like puppy play, like dick sucking. Just like mindless service pet. Those rubber masks that look like a puppy, but it has like a dick-sucking hole, and it's like all rubber and like dog ears. Oh my god. We love it. hypnosis is a way to get you into your pup space, forgetting your human concerns, forgetting your humanity, moving more like a pet, thinking more like a pet. Amazing. Male Valence says, I wish I could be hypnotized to be a ballerina if it would magically imbue me with the skills of a ballerina. Right, yeah. When there's a hypnotic, like, alter or self, and you have to kind of pretend or act a little bit. Like, being a dog feels pretty intuitive to me, or like a creature, even though there are physically things you can't do that a dog could do. But, like, being a ballerina, I might be holding myself to that standard of, like, oh, wait, I'm not actually a ballerina. And so that might bring me out of it a little bit. But again, if it's like I'm just a spinning little doll in, like, a, within a pose in a music box, then I could do that. Closet Demon says, artificial systems are valid, too. It's just whatever words you want to use for your experiences. Thank you. I've never had, like, so much support and lack of gatekeeping as I have from systems. Systems are like, yeah, you can be unified or not. You can tease apart different selves or find more if you want or not. Structure it however you want. Artificial or not, like, it's so sweet. Like, that does not feel like a community that has ever demanded that I, like, say if I am or am not. It's like, or like that people are or are not. It's like, well, fuck it. If this is useful to you, like, do it. And just like a very generous community in speaking about their experiences. So, systems, I love you. Thank you. I'm glad that this stuff has been helpful so far, Kat. Most people aren't up front, and they have a lot of reasons for that, but they're also scared. And I think, if I can help people feel a little bit more brave to be themselves or to explore, it's great. And I'm having fun doing it, It's like I do this because it's fun and freeing for me. And it's really cool when people who aren't even into this shit, like I am, like, still get something out of it. Sleeping. I'm going to put that right up there with sleep trigger. I love somnophilia. I love, like, you can sometimes use hypnosis to bring someone into actually a state of sleep. You have to be careful with it because you don't ever want to become, like, dependent on your hypnodom to help you get to sleep at night. But you can genuinely go to sleep via hypnosis. You can just have somebody in a trance that feels like sleep or dreaming. Sleep as a metaphor for trance is great. Being physically like you're asleep. Having sex with people who are asleep or hypnotized asleep. It's great. Love it. Hypnotized to feel tickled. That's stupid. I don't know. Tickling isn't that exciting to me. The Nutcracker. I didn't even remember this until just now. I had a crush on the music box. Yeah, it's cute, right? Objectification, dollification. It's cute. Yeah, I don't know. I have a casual partner who likes tickling me, and, like, it's fine as a form of, like, torture, but I don't actually like it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't like the big reactions. I like blank. Sissy hypno. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give it shit tier. Wait. Let me think. Do I want a D tier or shit tier? I'm gonna put it on shit tier. It's just not for me. I like forced femme, but I think sissy has a particular connotation that I don't love. It's been an awakening point for a lot of trans femme people, for a lot of trans women. And there are even aspects of it that I can relate to as, like, transitioning in a more feminized direction. But when it's sissy, specifically, a lot of times it has racist stuff going on, where you're like, you're just a slave for black cock, and, like, all this, like, racist stuff that, like, it's okay to do race play, but I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't like it. Like, people can explore taboo ideas, it's fine. But, like, like, there's so much of it out there, and why is everybody so fixated on it? And, I don't like it. And, like, a lot of the tropes are, like, not validating of the feminine identity, it's like you're, like, I don't know. If somebody identifies as a sissy or a crossdresser, like, I think that's so valid, and I love them, and I think they are, you know, they do need to be advocated for and deserve a lot of things. I just think like also it dabbles in a lot of trans-misogynistic tropes, and I don't find it sexy personally. But I also know that a lot of trans women do, and that's fine. And I like joking about it, but it's not sexy to me. Hypnotized hypnotist. This is like some fun switch play. It can be two hypnotists going against each other and one hypnotizes the other. It can be I'm going to hypnotize you and then you're going to go hypnotize someone else, and that's part of your programming. It's fine. I'm not that switchy, so it's not my favorite. But it can be cool, especially when paired with dronification and something called serial recruitment. And the idea there is I've converted you into a mindless drone. Now, good drones make more drones. Good girls make more good girls. These are really common tropes in hypno. And so now you maybe have a spiral on your drone helmet and you're going to go after someone and grab them. Maybe another drone will hold the person in place while you're staring at them with the spiral, and you're both going to forcibly brainwash them into a drone, and then you'll put the helmet on them, and then they'll go do it. I love that. That's dronification serial recruitment. Technically also hypnotized hypnotist. But hypnotized hypnotist by itself, nah, it's fine. It's okay. But I prefer if it has a little stank on it. Enemy conversion. Again, this is a little bit switch play, a little bit resistance play. The idea is you're warring against an enemy, and the enemy is converting you to their side. So it's a little corruption-y. It can be like I'm making you evil. It can be I'm converting you to my side and brainwashing you. There are hot examples of it. I'm thinking of like, I don't know, like Shigo and Kim Possible, them both getting hypnotized by Draken. So like Kim Possible is kind of being converted to like serving Draken or whatever. Or like, what's the one? Who's the cat girl from She-Ra when she kind of got brainwashed? And it's like kind of an abusive relationship metaphor. That's kind of cool. It depends on the execution. I'm going to give it mid-tier. It's fun, but it is a little bit like switch play and resistance play. So it has to have a little something else going on to make it interesting to me. Mantras. God tier. I love mantras. So what is a mantra? A mantra is a statement that that reinforces your programming. It's something you're supposed to believe or feel or focus on, that either you are writing down over and over again, repeating, maybe somebody says it to you and then you repeat it back. Maybe it's playing on an audio file over and over again, and it reinforces your programming. And mantra repetition has been a big core part of my hypnotic work. When I was really doing my hardcore robotification stuff, I had a ton of mantras, and I would record myself reading those mantras in a robotic voice, and then I would add like drony audio, like woo, you know, and buzzing and like hypnotic sounds, and listen to it over and over again, and I would have the mantras repeat in my mind. And so it would be things like, perfect drones are obedient. Perfect drones erase their humanity. Seek to improve self and programming. And like over and over again, I would have these things just playing in my head over and over. And I love it. It hits. It's so good. Perfect drones obey. Perfect drones delete thoughts. Perfect drones erase their humanity. Blah, blah, blah. Perfect drones imprint on their controller. And like, I like a hypnotic situation where like the hypnotist tells you something like, you know, you are a good drone, and then I have to repeat like I am a good drone, like in a hypnotized like voice. Hot as fuck. There is a website for practicing mantras called Write For Me, where you can assign writing tasks to your subs to reinforce their mantras. And I'm going to show an example that I made that's like not too horny. It's just like a demo. So it's on writeforme.org, and you can make your own tasks where you give a sub lines to practice and consequences. So this is for a con where the mantra is, I'm going to have a very fulfilling online con experience. I am going to have a very fulfilling online con experience. And I'm supposed to type it 10 times. And if I get one wrong, I get a penalty and I have to write more. And see here, I hit an enter on accident, so now I have to write more lines because I made 2 mistakes. Made another mistake. And on Write For Me, you can also program it. I added a subliminal there. Loosen your jaw. So you could add those to help reinforce programming. And this is great because a failure state just means you have to write this stuff more. And maybe you start making a ton of mistakes, and so then you start thinking, oh no, I'm really fuzzy-headed. I'm getting worse at this. I must be getting really hypnotized. Or you really get into a flow state and you start doing it really well, which also reinforces that you must be super hypnotized and reinforces the mantras. So either way, loosen your jaw. You can program that to say whatever you want and to have it go off as often as you want. Oh no, I'm making lots of typos. I'm so hypnotized. But this would normally be a mantra like, I'm a good sub or whatever. So you see, I'm supposed to write 10, but I've made so many mistakes that I still have 9 left to write. And it'll also time you, and it'll, if you set it up for a sub, it'll send parts into detention hypnosis. It'll send your progress to the person who created the task if they want to see it. So I used to, with my old Dom, like every time I made an error, I would start over again because I wanted to have it perfect, and it would tell on me to him. And I had no idea until he told me that like, oh, I've seen you restart this thing a bunch of times every day. You are now manually breathing. I wrote this a few months ago, so I forgot my joke. But you can imagine if this says something like, I am a good girl, I'm a good drone, I'm a dumb puppy, blah, blah, blah. It really hits. Here's an old one. Let's send a little surprise to my old Dom. Oh no, there's an access code. Damn, okay, I can't do it. But it looks like it was, a good slave does her homework every day to show her master how much she wants to play? Something like that. It was really fun. Bart Simpson detention hypno. That's so fucking funny. Oh. Yeah, so I love mantras. Mantras, I love you. That's my shit. Get me repeating or writing shit or listening to it being repeated, I'm done. Hypnotized to be a bunny girl. What? It's fine. I don't know. What's a bunny girl do? Is it like Playboy bunny, or is it like I'm sniffing on the floor? I'm going to put it on C. That's rounding up, because if being a bunny girl is your frozen in prey mode on the floor, I'm into it. If it's, ooh, I'm a little sexy Lola bunny, Playboy bunny, it's boring. Hypnotic eyes. God tier. You look in a person's eyes, they're a spiral. You can't look away. They take you over. Love it. Hypnotized to salute. It's boring. I don't... Yeah, I'm gonna give it D tier. I'm not... What am I, a troop? Yeah, I'll do it. Don't get me wrong, I'll do it, but what is this militaristic shit? I don't fucking... Kai eyes. Not exciting. Ka spiral... I have very strong opinions about my spiral eyes. And the Ka eyes are too, like, goofy. Whitewash eyes, on the other hand. God tier. All white eyes. Ooh. The all white contacts. The idea that the person's just so brainwashed and gone or possessed. Love it. I love all white eyes. I love an eye roll. I love all white eyes. That's my secret. I'm always manually breathing. That's funny. Hypnotized into eating hay. I'd do that. Glowing eyes. Solid. Ooh, A tier. Many a good animated hypnosis scene in a show. Like Mewtwo in the clip I showed earlier. White eyes and a little bit of a glow. Love it. Love glowing eyes. Either the glowing eyes of the hypnotist are boring into you, or you're hypnotized and possessed and your eyes are glowing. I had to do exercises to release my tongue root to help me breathe. Same. That's been a big part of my vocal lessons, is bringing the tongue up to the teeth and the roof of the mouth and out of that throat. Because I used to talk like that, and like I need that shit out of there. Hands-free orgasm. HFO. The good old HFO. I've had many of these. They are real. Hands-free orgasm is real if you build it. What come on command is what I would prefer to call it. I love come on command. I think it's a really fun display of hypnotic power and hypnotic mindset. I've had it happen very subtly, where just like a dom will like text me during the day and be like, wherever you are, you're in the grocery store right now, I need you to quietly come right where you're standing. I've had it like in DS relationships, like during sex, where it's like nothing about me is being stimulated, but they tell me when to come and it just happens. I love HFO. I love come on command because I think it takes orgasm, which is normally a little bit for me like a pressure to perform, that you're experiencing pleasure. The dialogue on here is distracting me, sorry. Like, I don't like my pleasure being centered during sex. Like, that for me puts on a lot of pressure to perform pleasure. When I, like, if I wanted to get off, I could just jerk off at home, as I've said before. I prefer to be used. And so, I think what makes Come on Command, or HFO, so exciting is now it isn't about your pleasure. It's about, I'm just making you come because it's going to make you wet, and that's going to make you easier for me to use. Or I'm doing it like you're not in control of your body. Your body is betraying you. And it's not for you. It's you. It's a demonstration of you being controlled, and you don't have to pretend. Like, I know that maybe sounds ironic because you're like, well, if it's a hands-free orgasm, isn't it pretend? And for me, the answer is no. Like, I have definitely had like come on command where there are contractions inside the body and you are like really wet, like immediately afterward or as a consequence, and like the other person can physically feel it if they're inside you, like it's real, and it's without like stimulation of what normally like would make me come or whatever, and it's easier. Like, it's easier than somebody trying to like pleasure me into coming. It's like, no, you're just gonna come right now. I'm like kind of forcing this out of you, and like that to me is a lot less pressure than being expected to enjoy it. It's like, no, you're gonna come right now whether you want to or not, whether you like it or not, and that is very freeing, and it's for them, not you or not me. So I love HFO. Hugh cow, or human cow. I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this on D tier, and the reason is lactation is really upsetting to me. Being milked is really upsetting to me. Can we see a kind of theme, like tits and udders and stuff? It's just not my thing. So I like, you're like a dumb beast of burden made to be bred, and you're gonna be in a barn eating hay. But there's a lot of milking in Hugh cow and a lot of pregnancy, and I don't super go for those. They mostly make me very dysphoric. So sorry, Hugh cow. I'm gonna put it on D. It's not a never, but it's a like, we gotta tread lightly. Hypnotized to feel tied up. This is great. Hypno bondage. It's wonderful. No. I'll put it in B tier. Right with HFO. Hypno bondage is great. You put someone in the position you want. You tell them you can feel the ropes straining against their body. Changes their posture. Keep them like that. It's really fun. I've done it a lot. Some people in the community say hypnosis is kind of like sprinkles, like you can put it on top of any other kink to just add a little extra spice to it. Hypnotized to tweet. That's not... What is that? Like... That's so funny. Like... I've seen some things that are like, oh, if this spiral worked on you, reblog this post and add, like, I'm a stupid slut slave or whatever. And people do it. It's a little corny sometimes, but sometimes it's real. Like, there'll be YouTube videos where, as a consequence of the hypnosis, you're supposed to, like, leave a comment or whatever. And that's kind of... That can be hot if it feels real, but I think it's... I think it's a little corny. I'm going to give it a D. No one should be tweeting, period. So I'm not going to say hypnotized to tweet. Don't want that. Oh. Text my homie. Going to an event in a little bit. Sorry, going to anime club later. Lot of get some cute texts. Okay. We gotta get through this list. Go back to my YouTube chat. This happened to you, and that's why you post. Hypnotized to tweet since birth. This next one, Higure, I don't know what this is. Fake hypno fan. Let me look it up. Individuals who have been brainwashed and turned into loyal slaves or servants. It's a Japanese meme or fetish based on a scene from the Crayon Shin-chan movie. In it, an alien uses a mind control ray to force people into leotards. Closet Demon says, hands-free orgasm is like the first way I learned to get off. I don't know, I'm just built different. Oh my god, that's amazing. Cheers. Okay, wow. So here's an example of some content on this theme. It's Rouge the Bat in her leotard, pussy poppin', hypnotized, I guess. Okay, great. Yeah, here's, I guess, the anime. It's kind of a crude, kind of an ugly animation style. That is physiologically possible for people with internal arousal because your muscles can simulate with hands. It's true for everyone because it's contractions. You can have, like, basically Kegels. Like, you can Kegel no matter your anatomy. And you can have prostate orgasms, HFO, pretty much no matter your anatomy. If you can have contractions, which is a big part of the orgasm, you can HFO. Also, orgasm can also be mental. You can have an orgasm from nipple stimulation. You can have an orgasm from thinking about things. You know, like there are orgasms that are more mental or more whole body that people experience different ways, or from touch. So you can do the whole spectrum. And in general, it's useful to not assume that anything is unique to a particular gender assignment at birth or anatomical setup, because we have more in common than we do different, especially once you add hormones into the mix. Lots of different fun things can happen. So this leotard thing, I don't know. It's a little silly. I'm going to give it a D. Human furniture, love it. God tier. I love being a footstool. I love being a oscillating fan. I love being a delivery robot. I love being a couch, a pillow, a doll that you sleep with. I like whatever. What kind of, a lamp? I don't know. It's objectifying. It means I don't have to interact like a human. Ooh, baby, love it. Empty eyes. Ugh. Empty eyes. Whether, so vinyl 3D hypno GIFs, they'll make eyes look dull. So when a character is awake, their eyes will have a slight shine to them, and then when they're hypnotized, they'll go dull. I love dead eyes. I love dull eyes. Empty eyes can also be, like, all black. It can be, like, in a lot of anime where they just make kind of the pupil all black without, like, the shine. It can just be more of an expression. Love it. Oh, it's so hot. I love empty eyes. The more dead someone looks, the better. Spiral eyes, great. Also great. I'm gonna give it an A tier just because some spirals are better than others. But I love it. Hypnotic finger, A. Following the finger up and down, back and forth, touches you on the forehead, blink. Rubbing your temple, bringing you down like this. I like this. This is really good. Let's give it up for hypnotic finger. Hypnotized to show feet. It's just a little silly to me. It's just a little silly. I am not opposed to it. I like foot people. I support foot people. And I like aspects of feet, like tactile wise. Like I like having my feet touched and like sucked on. Like, but I'm not into like looking at a foot doesn't do anything for me per se. But like, unless it's like really cute. But like, you know, I'm gonna give it a solid C because like hypnotized to show feet for me is not terribly exciting. But like, I could see it be exposing, or it's me being like a pleasing sex toy for someone if that's what they're into, performing for them in a way that they're into. It's cute. Furry hypnosis. This one may surprise y'all. I feel like I don't need it. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel like there isn't like a pull there. Like part of what makes bimbofication appealing is like, oh, you're betraying yourself. You're becoming something that isn't you. Or dronification is you're losing yourself. Losing your intelligence, maybe a pretty significant part of yourself. Whereas furry is like, yeah, I'm already a furry. Who cares? You know? So I'm going to give it a mid tier. Because like, ooh, you're becoming a furry is like, yeah, no shit. Like, it's just not like, oh no, don't make me do this thing I already did. Like, I don't know. It's just not that exciting to me. Expressionless, God tier. One of the great reliefs of hypnosis to me is no pressure to mask. Monotone voice, empty eyes, robotic movement, flat voice. Already said that. All that. Yes, people with dicks can do all kinds of things. There's really nothing essential to a vagina or a dick, and of course many people have anatomy that transcends that binary in many different ways, and hormones change your physiological response. So if you have not walked all the paths, as a general rule, best not to assume that there aren't, you know, roses and poppies on that path. Does that make any sense? Like we have way more in common than we have different, and especially if you're on estrogen, a lot of your sexual response is going to look similar to other people on estrogen, no matter what whatever their setup was or where they've been, you know, who they are, what they did, and vice versa. Testosterone orgasms are dick localized, even if you got a tiny little dick that you grew on teat. And estrogen orgasms are quite different. And if you are multi-track drifting and using multiple hormones, then you're getting all kinds of fun shit going on. And then, of course, there's intersex people who have all kinds of stuff going on. So, yeah. You can grow prostate tissue on testosterone. So you can have anal orgasms from, I mean, some of us already could. But, like, you can have, like, very similar to, like, what are stereotyped as male anal orgasms in the literature. It's not actually specific to, you know, quote unquote males, because what even is that? First of all, it's a very inherently like transphobic like classification. And then also, even if you didn't have prostate tissue to begin with, you can grow it on teat, and you can have orgasms that are much more estrogen dominant or more testosterone dominant. All kinds of stuff's possible, and with the power of the mind, even more becomes possible. So, get into it. Eye roll, my beloved. Eye roll white eyes, like the more rolled up, the better. One of my great shames as a hypno freak is I don't have the best eye roll. Like, I can do a good one, but, like, I can't really, like, full white eyes on command. If I'm really deep, I can do it pretty good. white eye roll, but like I wish I could do it better. Some people can really just like snap up and down, and it's so hot. Love her. Drooling. Love. Love, love, love. We love drooling. Ooh, is it A or God? I'm going to put it in A. Mouth falls open, spit all over the titties or chest, all over the body, aren't even aware they're doing it. Like, tongue out. So good. So fucking good. Hypnotized to be a harem dancer. It's the Orientalism for me. Again, I think it's fine for people to play with things that are problematic, but some of it makes me a little distracted. I think there's aspects of like the harem trope I find sexy, of like, oh, you own this whole stable of sex slaves. That's hot. But then like bringing in this weird like racist Orientalism into it, and like maybe even have people like in some kind of weird racist belly dancer cosplay. So I'm gonna give it a D tier, because I think there are like aspects of being in like a hypno harem I think is very hot, but like if you're using the word harem, I'm immediately on alert for some weird shit to be implicated that is not personally for me. Makes sense. Coils. This is as in snakes, being wrapped up in coils, crushed. Maybe you're watching the coils and they're hypnotizing you. Maybe they're moving across your body in a sensual way that's hypnotizing you. Maybe they're coiling around your arms and legs and posing you and suspending you in different positions and penetrating you. I mean, we love tentacles. We love coils. So I'll put it in God tier. To me, coils and tentacles are parts of the same thing. We're almost done, everybody. We're in the final round. Oh, no, don't worry about it, Kat. I like to just kind of be clear on that stuff. Just because it is a thing where I think where a lot of people make assumptions. And so I just like to clarify that. But, you know, it's no big deal. It's just some things I like to be pedantic about. Happy trance. I like a happy trance. I'm going to give it a B, because I tend to prefer blank. But as I've gotten older and more into like more schmoopy lovey-dovey stuff, actually I'm going to move it up to A. Pet play, I think, is what really helped unlock it for me. I used to be all about blank, obedient robot, not a human, not a person, empty, vacated trance. And I still love that shit. But through pet play, I got much more into the idea of like you're happy and silly and soft and trusting, and you're being taken care of, and you're just a little puppy, and you're happy to be dumber, and like you're safe. Like I used to be like, just obliterate me, and now it's like the idea of like, oh, I'm just safe and happy is actually really nice. So I like a happy trance. I like a content pet trance. And sometimes you see that with bimbo too, that you're kind of like happy and ditzy and silly, and I like that. So happy trance, especially if it's kind of like a mellow, goofy, happy, I fucks with it. I'm really new to HRT and the changes. When I was prescribed tea, I asked a million questions and no one explained any of that. Oh yeah, there's so much misinformation about it, and that's why I do really try to like clear it up a lot, because I think like people get taught very limited information and misinformed a lot in ways that end up being like pretty bioessentialist and are not the reality. And I think it's good for people to know that, oh my god, it's so much more to it than we get told. Yeah. So, you know, not knowing all of that stuff is something that has been created in us by a lot of system failures, and so I try to just correct it where I can. Hypnotized in latex. I mean, like, it's like, yeah, do I like cherries? Do I like whipped cream? Yeah. A tier. Like, it makes you feel more compressed. It makes you feel like you're more of a display object. It looks good. It's sexy. It's associated with sex. It's featureless. It's droney. It makes you very sensitive to temperature changes and touch. It invites touch. People immediately want to run their hands all over you when you're in latex. We love her. Spiral, I mean, like, A tier, essential. Like, show me a hypnosis without a hypnosis without spirals is a day without sunshine. Latex, try chlorinated latex. If you can't fuck with regular latex, chlorinated latex is much easier to get on and off. You don't have to use any dressing, meaning you don't have to use talcum powder or lube to get it on. It's often a little thicker gauge, so it doesn't rip as bad. You can wear it a little looser, and it's more resilient. Yeah. Chlorinated latex is where it's at. My chlorinated latex catsuit on in 30 seconds. Tech control, God tier, being controlled by a remote, being controlled by an app, being reprogrammed. Oh, the squeaky sounds. That's real. That's fair. Drastic personality change, A tier, love it. Alters, becoming a different person, losing traits, feeling more. You can use hypnosis not just for subby things too. There's this great hypnosis file I have that's about becoming more dominant or tapping into your dom self and your power. You can use hypnosis to make yourself a dom or a top or a middle, you know, like whatever role you want to take on. You can use hypnosis to make yourself like a child or like a parent or like a beast or like a god. You can do hypnosis for anything. We tend to see it as more submissive, but you can actually use hypnosis for anything. Small pupil eyes. Great. Love her. I'm gonna give that A tier. It's hot. It's not as hot as whitewash eyes, but it's like definitely sexy. Hypnotized dom. Now I just said hypnosis is for anything, right? But being very subby, I do tend to prefer to be, hypnotized as a sub. But I think, being a hypnotized dom is one area where, I can do more toppy things if it's from a submissive role, right? So there is a way in which I could be hypnotized to do impact on someone or hypnotize someone else or hold someone else down or something like that, and it's a kind of way of you're doming but you're still submissive, or you're topping and you're still submissive, depending on the activity. So I'm gonna say hypnotized dom. I'm gonna give it B tier. It's fun. It's the only way you're going to get me to dom, usually, is if you hypnotize me to do it. So I'm still subbing. And some people do that in, a shady way, where they're trying to trick you into doming them. And they're putting it off as, switch play. But there is a genuine way to do it. Consensual hypnosis shit tier. Give me that CNC. No further comment. Mass hypnosis, A, especially if it's drone. A bunch of drones. My dream scene is a darkened convention hall. All these drones, hundreds of drones sitting on the floor. Dark with just a few strobing lights and spirals. And then a big screen, huge sound system, big screen, big spiral, hypnotic programming, fog machine, doors are locked or something, or there's drones guarding the doors. Hundreds of drones, all in latex, all looking the same in uniform, all lined up, all being hypnotized together, all repeating the same mantras for hours, and then eventually having a drone orgy where we're all just rubbing against each other and we don't know where one body ends and the other begins, and you're just not human anymore. That's the dream. That's heaven is a place on earth, and it's a mass dronification hypnosis scene. So much so that I think that that's what drone is, and to other people it's other things, but to me that's the dream. A fleet of hypnotized drones. Hypno duel, it's switch play. I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's fine. I've done it, the head scratching thing, but for me it's I don't want to win, I want to lose, so it's not that fun. Non-sissy feminization. Thank you for this clarification. Tier list. My God. I'm going to give that a nice solid B. If it's not sissy hypno, if it's just you're becoming more feminine and girly and soft and whatever that means, whatever trope is good. Love it. Subliminal messages, love it. God or A tier, God or A tier. So subliminal messages are kind of like the spirals I was showing on Spiral Me, just text flashing on the screen quickly and subtly. Actually, I'm going to move it up to God tier. When you can like barely consciously process it, it's actually subliminal, because subliminal means below awareness. That's really good shit. Sometimes it's too overt, which is still fun, but when you can't even tell what it's saying, but you just know you're like taking it in, that's hot. Hypnotic ass. Male Valence, are you still here? We have hypnotic ass. We have hypnotic ass on the board. I think it's silly. I've done it. I've had a dom in a shiny latex outfit do hypnotic ass, and I kind of had to be like playing along a little bit. I guess for me, and this is sexism. I will fully admit this is sexism. I think cocknosis appeals more to me because there's a lot of like, usually it's in a context of like the cock is gonna like dominate you and fuck you or whatever. A cock is not inherently a dominant thing, right? But like, unfortunately, because of sexism and bioessentialism, people reinforce that trope, and that trope kind of gets drilled into your brain. Whereas the message that we get in the world is very sexistly that tits and ass are more submissive, that they're like for display, that they're for use, they're for pleasing you as the outside observer. And so when it's like you're being dominated by the tits or the ass, I'm like, I don't have as much of an existing psychological superstructure to believe that. You see asses and titties getting slapped and bound and used and ogled and dominated, and so it's not fair, it's sexist, but it's just, it's the cultural programming I still kind of have. I'm not like, ooh, like an ass is controlling me or what, like the ass isn't gonna fuck me, and of course this is, again, very essentialist to be like the penetrating thing is more dominant, because that's not inherently true, right? But it's still, like we live in a society, and so like it's a little bit kind of lodged in my brain. Like I don't inherently feel like dominated by an ass. Maybe if it was smashing me, if it was like ass in my face smashing me, and the person's a lot bigger, that I could kind of get into that. Maybe if the tits were like smothering me, I could get into that kind of thing. But like I need, like we like just the tropes of like what makes something dominant or whatever is like very, it's very stereotypical. But like I would need the ass to just pulverize me or something like that. Bellies, I love a belly in my face. I love like being like face fucked and then the belly's hitting me in the face. Oh my God, that would hit. Maybe because it's a very familiar sensation, like that kind of thing. It can be worked with. It's just because we live in a society, and I am not immune to living in a society, I would need the tit and the ass gnosis to be a little bit like pulverizing me. Yes, impact means hitting, kicking, spanking, etc. Hypno the Pokemon. God tier. My boy. Hypno's nap time on the Pokemon anime. One of my foundational roots. Turning Misty into a seal. So hot. Collar. We love collar. We love collar. Having the collar pulled on, putting the collar on, like having the collar on, like putting it on and it putting you into a trance, like hearing it lock, hearing it cut off your brain, like maybe the collar has a chip in it and it locks into your spine and controls your brain. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can do there. As soon as the collar is on, it just like cuts off electrical activity to your brain, so you're empty. All kinds of fun stuff can be done with collars. Just a pull being like bringing you down. You can do that. Collar. Hypnotized to kneel. I love kneeling. A tier. A tier. I'm like God tier or A tier? I'm gonna say A tier because I'm 37. And I have to use the really thick yoga mat. Hypnotic Flames. I could really, I haven't played with it a ton, but I'd love to see it. Rune, I don't know if I haven't seen you in the chat in a minute, but like if it was like Hypnotic Flames with like a burner, like a fire dancer, or like somebody spinning flames, I think that could be really hot. I think of Hellfire from Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, like seductive flame dancing, having somebody stare into I think you could do a really fun like staring into a candlelight induction, talking them down, or staring into like a campfire or a fireplace. I think a flame induction would be really useful for helping someone feel hypnotized to feel powerful. Little like Aries flame fire sign empowerment hypnosis, energizing, or cozy. It's not something I have played with a lot, but I would like to. I think there's a lot of fun associations between flames. Melting. A lot of tropes in hypno are about like melting your brain, having your brain drip out between your legs. Like, so you could use flame for melting, power, lots of fun stuff. Closet Demon says, I mean, I already get hypnotized by flames, so it's just perfect. Flames are very captivating of attention. Rune, who does a lot of fire, like spinning, said that like when you have something on fire, that is the most powerful thing in the room, and that for them it kind of obliterates some of the social anxiety they would normally feel, or like boredom or detachment, because everybody's eyes are on the flames. Your attention, if you're working with the sword or the fan or the poi on fire, has to be on the flame, and it just demands attention and respect. Flame. And I think that's really cool, and I think it's a powerful symbol, so it's kind of a fun hypnotic symbol that empowers potentially, or overpowers. Heart eyes. Heart eyes are cute. I like heart eyes. I'm gonna put them up here next to Happy. Where's Happy Trance? I like heart eyes. I like hypnosis as like an extension of just being like stupidly in love. It's fun. We're just stupid and devoted. Heart eyes often come with bimbo. But they don't have to. I like it more as a sign of just undying devotion, like a devoted, happy servant. Why do I like that and I don't like Love Potion? I don't know. You tell me. But like, I think it's just more generic, whereas Love Potion has a certain, like, I'm casting a spell on you to make you my partner thing, whereas like Heart Eyes are just like, oh, I'm just your thrall, I'm your servant, I love you, I'm below you, you know? And I just love it. Vampire hypnosis. This one is hard. I don't like blood. It makes me like blood and blood sucking. As much as I like the idea of vampires and vampire thralls, I really have to, like, even watching Interview with a Vampire, I have to look away for all of the blood draining. So I'm sorry. Vampire hypnosis, I'm going to give you a D. Holding a subject's chin, like holding them, you know, having them lock in on your face. I like it. I like touch. I'm going to give it a solid B tier. Any holding the face or the jaw or the chin is really nice. Princessification. Oh, that's cute. I kind of like it. I like it, you know, in the same way of like puppy, where it's like, oh, you're the, or dollification. It's like, oh, you're just this little thing, you know, or like an age play element, like, oh, I'm gonna pamper you and take care of you, and you can't take care of yourself, and you're precious. And it's a little bit like bratty potentially, or a little switchy. I think it's cute. I've never done it. I think it would be cute to do. It might be a good way to like get a sub who doesn't like being treated well to accept being treated well, to make them a little spoiled princess. I think that's really cute. So, princessification, yay, let's do it. Punkification. Some of these I've barely seen. Making somebody into a punk, I don't know, that's just like, again, it's like, I would just already do that. I don't know. There's nothing very charged to me. Like, it's like, yeah, I already like those aesthetics. Like, why do you have to hypnotize me to do it? Like, what's the end game here? Because I don't associate punk with, like, submissive or dominant or anything. Like, it's just a look. Like, what are we trying to make the person more anarchist? Are we trying to make the person mosh? I don't know. It's just not, it's just a thing to me. It's just a generic thing. It's not sexy. Nerdification. I'm gonna put this on shit tier. I don't know. It's just not, I don't get it. I don't think it's hot. Like, I don't think nerd aesthetics are hot. I don't know. I don't get what the end game is. What are you gonna do? Make them trip? I guess it's a form of degradation or something that I just don't get. You know, I never got Velma. I don't think she's hot. Like, I don't get the nerdy thing. I just don't. We're all already nerds. Yeah, it's like, what, like punks and nerds. It's like, yeah, that's like a human. What are you talking about? You know, it's like autism hypnosis. Well, actually, I would like that. I don't know. Sleeping agent. So this is like Manchurian Candidate. So like you've been programmed to complete some kind of task and you don't know that you've been brainwashed and programmed, and you're living your whole life until you hear an activation phrase and then you're locked into that role and you complete that role. I think that's terribly hot. I'm still holding out hope that that has been done to me and that my trigger will be activated. So I'm going to give it a B. I love it. Taka Does Stuff says, just link the stream to my doll wife, and she's so excited in DMs about almost every single one of these. We hadn't considered a Hypno King watch list. Yay! Yay! Oh, I'm so happy for you. Ooh, what a treat. You're in for such a treat. Yay! Oh, thank you. Oh, DM me. Let me know how it goes. Oh, boy, dolls. I love dolls. And I love introducing people to hypno stuff. Yay! Oh, I'm so chuffed. That's great. JRH says, I have wisdom about nerdification. Let me know in the chat what you like about nerdification. Closet Demon, yes, you want to be the Winter Soldier. I get it. I want to be Raiden. Footnosis, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, it's shit tier. I don't know. I like feet just fine, but I don't really see feet as like a dominant thing. I've seen plenty of footnosis porn, and I'm always like, what? It's dumb. Like, it doesn't... The cultural associations with feet, to me, the only time feet I associate with, like, dominance is, like, if you are worshiping someone as, like, a god or goddess, and you are prostrate at their feet and you're kissing their feet. I think that's cute. I like doing that. But, like, the feet are hypnotizing me. Usually it's like they're showing the soles and swinging them back and forth, and that just is not it for me. Handshake induction. Very simple, straightforward hypnotic induction. You take the person's hand, shake it up and down, pull them down. So it's kind of a surprise. It's very fast. It's very rapid. It's kind of just white bread to me. It's kind of generic. Give it a C. I don't find it terribly exciting. I don't find it terribly effective. In some ways, it takes advantage of just surprise, and a person plays along with it. So I think it's not the best hypnotic induction for getting feedback on whether the person's really feeling it versus just playing along. That's part of why I don't like stage hypnosis, is because there's a lot of social pressure that demands a person to play along, and you don't get as much checking in on how deep they actually are. Whereas I prefer a hypnosis method where you can really check on, okay, you're an 8 out of 10. Let's bring you down to a 5. And, like, the dance of it, the seduction. So that's how I feel about that. It's fine, but I think it's too blunt of an instrument, to be completely honest with you. Unaware of being hypnotized. Great. Fun. B tier. Kind of like the sleeping agent Manchurian Candidate thing. If the person isn't aware that they're being hypnotized, but then they're still obeying commands, or they are in a trance and they don't even know they're in a trance. It's got slight consensual non-consent vibes, which I find very appealing. It's cute. I love it. Using a trigger and then the person doesn't know where the trigger came from and they're surprised. Waking somebody up in the middle of a trance and they don't know how they got there. Oh, love. And finally, Stepfordization, being made into a Stepford wife. What I like about it is that it's a little bit of bimbo, but without the like California big tit tan blonde aesthetic. It's more playing with sexism in a way I find kind of cathartic. Like I said, I like cleaning and doing service. It is a robot element, at least in the 2000s reboot of the book and movie. They're robots, they're robotified wives and one gay guy. And that's hot, and the book is hot, and the original movie from the 70s or 60s or whatever is about kind of a lack of feminist consciousness and like cultural brainwashing, being brainwashed into a Stepford wife role, a subservient wife role. And I find that very hot, like playing with the darkness of like, this is what society does to people. I really like that, and it's like really dark. Like in the original movie, watching one character after another kind of fall to this programming is really, really hot. So I like it. I'm gonna give it a solid B tier. It's not my number one thing, but I would always be down to play with it because it checks a lot of boxes for me. Whew. Okay, I gotta get my ass going. Bootnosis is totally a thing. There's definitely leather boot worship stuff. Parasitized puppet. All right, I gotta go. This has been so fun. I have to get going soon. Thank you everybody for watching and for sitting in on this. We still managed to hit 5.5 hours, even with a short essay. So thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you're on the VOD, please leave comments and let me know what you like and your thoughts. I read them and appreciate them. If you want to see more of these, subscribe to my YouTube at Dr. Devin Price. And if you want to read my essays, it's currently drdevonprice.substack.com. And even if I do change the URL, it will still redirect, because I get one switch on Substack where it'll still redirect. So this was really fun. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. Oh, my God, for 5.5 hours. Talk to many of y'all soon. And next week, if time allows, next week I'm going to do a stream of my messaging styles and ghosting piece, which I have still not done yet. So I know I'm behind on that. So thank you everybody for hanging out. If you filled out a tier list, share it with me or post it in the Piscord. And I'll see many of y'all on the Piscord and on the internet or in life. So those of us who actually know each other soon. So thanks for being here. Good night.